So hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're at Pigeon for round number 6 of the Club 100 Junior Super Lightweight Championship, and we're going out for practice. And it was quite soggy in the morning, to be fair. There's quite a lot of rain, but now the track's completely dry, I would say. Maybe there's a few like damp patches on the track, as you can probably see, but like the actual track is dry. So just a bit cold, that's the only thing. Yeah, Clay Pigeon, quite like this track. Been here a few times for total karting. What else? Oh, Club 100 last year, how could I forget? Anyway, that was pretty good. So I had some good results in the past here, so I think I know this track quite well. Just need to adapt my lines a bit to these junior karts, as I almost go flying off the track on the first lap. And the main thing I noticed with these karts is definitely a lot more slidey. So around the corners you have to go a lot slower than you would in the cadet. And you can brake. The brakes are very good on these, as I found. You just lock up the rear tyre slightly. As you can see, that guy in front of us hit the barrier actually slightly through there. But we just need to get the tyres up to temperature, which should take like a few laps to properly get up to temp. Because the first lap is just carnage, because the tyre's cold, the brakes are cold, everything's just cold. Anyway, I think we're following Mason in front of us. And I struggled in practice with that corner, because there's a massive bump that's there, and it really just puts you off. And I wasn't really sure, I can't remember it being there last year. I mean, maybe it was, but I think it just seems to affect these karts a lot more. That there's a massive bump on the outside, and I just completely missed my apex through there. That wasn't good. But there's a massive bump, and it just spits you off completely. As you can see, I'm making quite a few mistakes here, but it's practice, so I'd rather make some mistakes in practice than in quali or the race. We carry on. We're being gapped quite a lot, I'll be honest. The slipstream was really, and you can see, look, it almost killed us there. Tried to turn in, and then it just spits you off completely. And it took me like most of the session to try and adapt my line to try and not die going through there. Just going through, big bunch of karts in front of us, and I think you definitely need to hit those curbs going through that chicane, because they're actually quite grippy. So you see, I'm just making quite a few mistakes here, just like not really hitting my markers. I'm basically just driving around getting a feel for the karts and the circuit conditions. We are gaining on this guy in front, I think, slightly. Here we go, massive bump. See, look, it just spits you sideways. So I actually went really wide there, and you can see how much time I just lose through there. But I think not really too much happened in practice. I was just following this big pack in front of me, but I think this season has just been about, well, learning. It's my first ever season in these junior karts, and some of the people, it's like their 3rd or 4th season. We've got another yellow flag, someone's probably binned it. And I think that actually there isn't. I think it must have got going again, because that yellow flag is gone. Yeah, but I remember last year there was a lot of yellow flags at this track, and it becomes very annoying because it's quite a small track and there's just like 30 karts on it. And there we go. I missed the massive bump there, and you see I actually gained quite a bit of time there. So I need to just keep doing that every lap, and then hopefully my lap time should drop quite a bit into the first corner. Following these guys in front, starting to get a feel for these karts. Again, being gapped slightly through that chicane. Need to just send it more, really. Trying to set myself up for a good exit, as I do. Got a really nice exit there. Thought about going up the inside of that guy, but I'm a bit too far back. Maybe a switch back here. No, he covers it off. I don't think he realises that I'm behind him, but anyway. Go through here is the massive bump, and no, we actually missed it once again. And he hits the curb slightly, and we're going to try and go around the outside of him. This might work, hopefully. And we're going to give him enough space, and we're past. And we've passed one driver so far. No, 1 or 2. I think 2 actually in this session, so doing okay. But we're starting to get to grips again. Starting to catch up to these guys who are pulling away from us. Oh, someone's gone flying off. They've just outbraked themselves there. That's not great for them. So following Mason. And catched up to these guys. Thinking about a way past, but nope. Just trying to find a way past and get past people. And I thought about going up the inside there, but I see Mason. And I'm going to give him a bump drift down the straight. Got to follow him through. And I found the slipstream was really strong around here, and I think that guy's still on my inside. Yes, he is. So I give him enough room. Following him through the chicane, he got a pretty bad run out there, so I'm going to go to the outside. But no point really. So I'm going to try and set myself up for a really good exit, but I've actually just missed the apex there. So anyway, what am I doing here? Ah, yes, I think I'm slowing down here, just so I can get a bit of sort of a few laps by myself, just like a few hot laps. And yeah, we're already like halfway through this session, I'm pretty sure. So let's have a look at the lap thing. And yeah, 5 minutes, and they've shortened the sessions down to 11 minutes instead of 12. And I mean, that's probably like round here, there's probably like an extra lap, maybe 2 if you're lucky. But it really depends when you're sent out. If you're sent out like right at the front, then you're probably going to get like an extra half a lap, or maybe an extra lap than some other people. Anyway, sliding through here. Trying to keep, you've got to really fight the cart through here, because it's actually quite slippy around there. Again, I think we've sorted it out for the final corner. We've managed to figure out how to take it without hitting that massive bump. But we're still not quite on the pace that I'd like at the moment. I think in the end in this session I actually came P4, and I was only like a tenth or like 2/10 off pole. I mean, not pole, you know what I mean, like first in practice. So I wasn't actually that slow. So I was pretty happy. I'm behind Mason again. I'm going to follow this guy in front of us. Maybe find a way past. Nope, a bit too far back for anything. We're going to get a nice toe off him though down this straight. Going to set ourselves up for a really good exit. And look at that! That's what I mean. If you set yourself up for a really good exit, I bet that was probably my fastest lap because I got a toe off him. And oh, I hit clobbered the curb there. He's still on my inside, and I get a lovely switchback on him. That was quite a nice overtake, I must say. There we go, actually using the curbs through there, and you can just see how much speed I can carry now. You can almost see on this camera how much more grip I have, how I'm not sliding around as much. Catching up to Thomas in front of us in the orange suit. And I think nothing really else happens in this practice, so I'm going to skip to the end. And we're going to go straight into qualifying. So I almost been it once again. Going there. And yeah, let's go straight into qualifying. So, going out for qualifying. And this is probably the most important part of the day I've sort of figured out from all the other rounds. As if you get bad qualifying, you're going to end up near the back of the grid, or you're going to end up in B final or even C final. And luckily, every single race this year I've been in the A final, sort of near like the midfield or near the top. I think my best performance so far was pole at Lid. I might have been helped slightly by the weather, as some of the other groups had some drizzle, and I even had a bit of drizzle at the end of my session. But today I'm going to just trying to go for those fast laps. And I thought about slipstreaming this, but I sort of thought to myself, well, I could have slipstream off some people. Like here, we're going to go past this guy up the inside, down the straight. And, oh, there's another yellow flag. Oh, here we go again. This is like last year. Yellow flags all over again. And we're back to racing speed. And hopefully this session isn't ruined by tons of yellow flags, because remember that happened last year. I think I only got one lap without yellows, and that was my quickest lap. So, going through here, got past that guy, so we've got actually quite a lot of empty space in front of us, which is great, because we could have slipstream, but we would be way quicker down the straight, because it was a really, really windy day. It was like 30-mile-an-hour winds here at Clay, which is super windy, so it really helped like putting your head down the straights. You can see that those things flapping in the wind. So you could get slipstream and you'll probably be like half a second or even more than that, like quicker down the streets, but then you we'll get held up round the corners. And, well, that's not really great. As you can already see, I'm way more confident than I was in practice. Already, carrying a lot more speed around here. And going into here, going to be a bit of traffic. Slightly held up there, but not too much. Still a pretty decent lap. But the tyres will just get quicker and quicker and quicker. And look, we need to stay on sort of the right-hand side of that white line, and then we just won't die. So if we do that, we're fine. So, pretty decent lap. Already, only 8 minutes left of this session. I found hitting that curb on the inside there really helped. It sort of hooks you round. So sort of, you saw there, flicked in the car a bit too much and I slid off wide. You really got to smash the curbs in these junior karts. In the cadets, it's completely different. You sort of wanted to miss them because the karts are so grippy, you won't slide around there. You sort of just keep steering wheel straight. Anyway, we are in junior now, not a cadet. So, driving style has to be different. So going around here, that was very nice. Keeping it nice and close to the curb. And we're not going out too wide. I found some people went all the way to the outside, and I didn't really see the point because it's quite like a not very sharp corner, so there's not really any point doing a full racing line around there. Around here, there we go. That's better. Hit the curb. That's pretty decent. Into the hairpin, which is actually really banked, so you've got to stay quite tight unless you're gonna. If you don't stay tight enough, you're gonna just be sent out wide, really, really wide. And actually, for the majority of this session, I was P1. But then only on the last few laps, I think George pit me at the end, and he said to me that he got a massive toe off someone. But so that just shows how good the toe is, and he actually got pole position by I think yeah, he got pole by like a 10th, and then it was so close. Like if you were 2/10 off, or 3/10 off pole, you were in the B final. That's how close the margins were. I was, 1.5 off pole, and I was 6th. And that just shows how close it was. And then, the difference between the drivers was just crazy. Like, it's so small, the margins. I thought I was doing a pretty good job driving around, but I think there's still a few areas I can improve on. If I got a bit of slipstream, I probably could have got pole position, but if I got slipstream, maybe I could have got hold up. But you never know. So let's skip to my fastest lap of the session, which actually got me P6 in the pre-A final. So that lap puts us P6 in the pre-A final. Pretty happy with that. A few mistakes from me. So first corner I think was the main mistake, as I missed the curb, and if you miss a curb, you sort of just run out of grip. And yeah, I could have gone maybe half a 10th quicker, maybe a 10th at most, and then that might have put me 3rd, maybe where Ben is in front of us. But oh well. And that's Ben had a collision with Max there. Too much tyre warming there, and they both just smashed into each other. So that's not great. And we're going to go racing very shortly in this pre-A final. So starting P6, and away we go in the pre-A final. And we're engulfed by a lot of smoke here. And we're on the outside, so it's always going to be a bit of a disadvantage. We're going to try and hold our position, but we go too wide, and we've lost. Oh, and I've just been hit. I've been hit by somebody. I think that was Bobby McGo, just smashed into the side of me there. Not great, but only lost 2 positions so far, so not too bad. And someone's trying to go around there outside of us. We're going to go down the inside of Bobby, but now it's going to be an outside, and we've got nowhere to go really. We're stuck on the outside. We're going to go up the inside, trying to get the switch back on both of them, but no, it's not going to happen. Now I'm on the outside, and I'm going to get past both of them, and yes, I do. I'm back into my starting position in P6, so a decent start from me. Back into P6, and penalties are already flying up, and pretty decent start from me. Now we just need to try and catch up to these guys in front of us. And oh, we've missed that corner there, we've missed the apex, we're not really hitting our markers there. And I noticed pretty quickly that this kart definitely wasn't as good as my Quali kart. As going out of this corner, my kart just seemed to have no pace at all. And that's where the majority of drivers, as you'll see in this pre-final, just got past me. As, I don't really know, it must have been, I don't know why it's slower, because I went to check after the race if my weight, if I was overweight, because I haven't changed my weight to seat in a while. I was only 1 kg over, so it must have been the car. So, not best pleased with it. As you can see, in front of us a lot of squabbling going on. But we're keeping with them, even with this car that seems a bit down on power. But the annoying thing is we're at Pigeon, and I'm out of that slipstream range. But we seem to catch up on the brakes. But you'll see here, like you can just see, they gap me quite a lot coming out of there, but we gained them on the brakes, so I think we're sort of, the gap's sort of staying the same, I would say. It's like not really growing any bigger, or a slight mistake there, and that's going to set us up badly for that final corner. I think we are gaining slightly, and we're going to try and catch back up with these guys in front of us, and we are catching them, going through the chicane once again. Just missed the curb there, just lost a bit of time once again. We need to improve ourselves through that chicane. On the brakes we gained quite a lot, and there's a lot of squabbling going on in front of us. Ben Yang is at the inside of Max. George is frustrated as Sam Cole's got into the lead, and there's a lot of squabbling as Ben's been hung out to drive, and they're going to go side by side through there into the final corner. What's going to happen? Any carnage? And no, actually, there's no carnage, and this is good. This is great for us because we're going to get a tow down here. And this will help us stay with them down the straight. You can see the toes helping me a bit down the straight. Now, right behind Max, as he's thought about going up the inside of Ben, but it's not going to happen. Can we get past anywhere? As he's going to go a bit defensive there, into the hairpin. Slight mistake from him, he's going a bit sideways. Going up the inside, but now it's going to be the outside for this corner. We're going to be hung out to dry. And we've gone really wide there, and someone's up or inside. This is not going to end well. Oh, Jack Redfern's passed. It's a mistake from our behalf. So we've lost another position. Oh no, and someone else has just been up the inside. We've been down, lost 2 positions in 2 corners. That's not great. And you can see we've lost quite a lot of time from that. So we need to try and regain that time back. You see there's still a lot of squabbling in front of us. We're going to get a tow from this guy in front of us. Green helmet guy. Oh, and there's some contact. Ben Yang, who's been binned by Max Davies. He's been binned. And that's going to bring us closer to these guys in front. Going to try and find a way past here. And oh, lots of contact going on. And we're going around the final corner. And the 2 abreast going down the start-finish line. Max Sheldon's got a penalty, I think, for something. And the green helmet guy's passed, and we're going to go down the inside, I think, of Max, into the chicane. And we're fully alongside, up through the chicane. And we give him plenty of room, but no, he just shoves us off. And that's a position lost. Frederick's got past, and I think this is really where the race just all falls apart for me, really. You see, Max, we only lost 1 position, but now my tyres are probably covered in grass. I'm not going to have the same amount of grip as before. You see the guys in front are really just gapping us now because of all that squabbling that's happening. Following Max down the straight. Gaining a bit. Look at that slipstream there. You can see how much I'm gaining due to the slipstream now. Into the first corner once again. Through the chicane. Are we going to gain anything? No, we lose a bit of time actually. I think we're currently in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're in 9th currently, so not too bad. But there's a lot of penalties in front of us, so hopefully we'll be able to make up some positions. And oh no, someone's up the inside. And who's that? But we've got the inside for this corner, so we're okay. But you can just see how much time I'm losing to the guys in front. And oh, that's a bit sideways for me. That's going to be another bit of time loss. And you can see, just in one lap, I've lost like a second, at least, to Max in front. And hopefully we should be able to gain that time back, because we know we can keep up with them. We know we can gain time with them. It's early in this race. And oh, he makes a mistake. He hops onto the sausage curb. Not great from him. So going through the banked hairpin. As you can see, like, I get a much better exit, but they're still pulling away out of there. And I think that's someone... Oh no, never mind. I thought someone was up our inside, but no. Max is making quite a few mistakes in front of us, so we're reeling him back in, even with this kart that seems a bit off the pace. Going through here, down the straight, putting our head down. And there's only 4 minutes left of this race, so we really need to get a move on, really. Currently in 9th position, I think. Through the chicane, needs to take more curb. I'm losing time through there. And that's probably going to mean whoever's behind me is going to be right on my bumper, going through here. Now, through here. And you can just see, like, through there, someone's probably going to be on my inside. No, luckily, they're not. You can see there's a lot more squabbling in front. And then hopefully it's going to bring us towards them. If they fight more, then hopefully we'll be able to keep, sort of, catch them back up. But I think Max is slightly gapping us. Currently. Going through here. Hopefully we can hit the curve through the chicane. No, we're just turning in a bit too late, I think. We need to turn in a bit more aggressively, like in qualifying. Qualifying, I got the chicane nailed, I thought. But in the race, I don't know, this kart just didn't seem quite as good as the one I had in Quali. I think we're getting gapped slightly, but now there's a train behind us. Oh no, someone's at the inside. Zach's up the inside of us. That's another position lost. And now I'm going to have to go defensive from the guys behind. I think I've caused quite a big train behind me. And you can already see there's just the power deficit my kart seems to have. Going down the straight. But actually we seem to reel him back in. Definitely on the brakes. We're definitely quicker through the corners than these guys. Or some of the corners at least. But again, we just need to improve through the chicane. As Zach seems to have that chicane nailed, he really gaps us through there. But then look, on the brakes and through the hairpin quicker. See, he's getting a worse exit. But you can see he's still pulling away out of there. So I definitely knew at this point there's something wrong with my car. And oh no, I've gone wide! And that's someone else on my inside. That's Tom Northcott up my inside. Fair, clean overtake there. But as you can already see, like, I'm just getting gapped down the straight. You can see it really. I'm gonna have to go a bit defensive. Catch him back up though. Through the corners, but he seems Tom's gaining on us through this corner and through the chicane, I think. The chicane, I just couldn't, in the races, I don't know why, but I just couldn't get the chicane right. I'm not really sure. It just felt like the track was, I guess maybe it's because it wasn't sunny, but it didn't feel like the track seemed to have the same amount of grip as it did in Quali, or it might just be in my car. Tom's up the inside of Zach. Bit of contact there, but I think that's going to be okay. I think that's okay from my perspective. There's definitely not long of this race left to go. Going around the final corner, I think we're currently in P11 or something like that. But we have to remember there's tons of contact warnings going up in front of us, and there's tons of penalties going on. So we actually might be a bit higher than we think. Going through the chicane, we actually hit the curb, there we go, and I didn't actually lose any time there really. So we actually got it nailed through there. We're definitely quicker on the brakes. Then out the corner, yeah, this car just doesn't seem to have it. So Tom, close to Max now. Hopefully that's gonna, a bit more squabbling, and hopefully that will reel us towards them. With only a few minutes left to go of this race. Again, another lap. There's only probably about 2-3 more laps of this race. Quite short races, 11 minutes. We've definitely gained a bit of time in this because I know someone's on my inside. I didn't even see that happening. Oh, right, anyway. I'm going to try and get the move back on him, but no, we backed out. We probably could have got him there, but he goes wide. But then look, even though I get a better exit, he's pulling away from us, as you can see. Out the corner, so that's another position lost. But we see the guys in front of us are squabbling, so look at that. Look at the power difference coming out of there. You You see how much he must have got me by at least like half a second out there. Like, look at that. Oh, that was my fault, to be fair. I hit the curb. But on that corner before, you can really see. Oh, look, it's the final lap. And you can see how much that slipstream is making a difference. Look how much they pull away. Oh, there's a lot of squabbling there. Zach's gone wide. I'm not close enough, though, to go up the inside. Going down the straight. Can I get a bit of slipstream? No, I can't. Too far back. Now, going into the hairpin. Any chance for an overtake? Oh, they're going to go 3 wide. Can't really do anything there. Maybe trying to set myself up for a switchback. Is it going to work? Yes, we have. We've got Zach. We're up his inside and we're past him. Lovely switchback there. Now, into the final corner. Can we get this orange guy? No, we've got a bad exit out there. That's not going to be great. Coming across the line. And that's going to be, I think, P10. But in the end, I think quite a few people got penalties in front of me. So in the end, I actually came P9. So not too bad, but not too great. Definitely had the pace to do more. But this kart definitely didn't seem like up to it. And hopefully the final will be a bit better than this one. But pretty decent race, not too bad. Not too bad, but hopefully the final will be a bit better. So now, time for the final here at Clay Pigeon. But actually we get a few lap practice, we get 3 lap practice. And just to see if my kart's okay. And I think it is, as we're already going around the outside of Jack Redfern. Oh, never mind, he's got us back. But it's just to heat up the karts slightly. And heat up the brakes, heat up the tyres, everything. So, and it's just, yeah, as I said, just to see if my kart's okay. But I can already tell this kart seems pretty decent. Like, it seems to have a better pickup out the corners than that last kart did. That last kart seems to be stuck on like low revs. As they're already squabbling, guys, it's just a practice. Like, calm down. Like, there's no point battling because you're just going to have to go back into these positions. As you can see, people are punting each other off already. And oh my god, they're 3 wide. It's just a practice session, guys. As that guy hits the curb a bit. Caught back up to Tom Northcott. We're going to go up the inside of him. Maybe not. No, we're too far back. Let's see if this kart seems to have good pace down the straights. We're not quite in the slipstream. And oh, look at that nice drift from Tom. And we're going to go up again. Oh, maybe I could have gone for that if I followed Tom, but not really much point, as it's just a practice session. I'm going to have to hop back into these positions. So starting P9 for the race, so pretty happy about it. So we've only got 1 more lap of this 3-lap practice. And there we go. Oh, Jack's gone a bit deep. He saw a bit of tyre smoke there. As he sort of, I think he underestimated how cold the tyres were. And you saw he just went sliding off. But we'll carry on into the hairpin. And I definitely feel like this car feels a bit better at the corners, but you can still see I'm losing a bit of time at the corner. But that might be just slipstream, I'm not really sure. Or it just might be something I'm doing wrong, but I'm not really sure because I felt really quick in the hairpin. Anyway, and that's our 3-lap practice complete. As you can see, there's the checkered flag, 3-lap practice. And we're going to hop straight into the final. So here we are for the final, the Trophy A final. And let's see if we can get a good haul of points for the championship. So away we go. 11 minutes of racing has begun. And already some side-by-side stuff. And I'm just trying to hold my position here, staying nice and close to the inside. But now there's someone on my outside, so I'm going to have to give them room. And Ben's off the track. That's Ryan Shepherd who's gone round us. Not really much we could have done there. Ryan's up the inside of Jack. Jack made another mistake again on the brakes. And I'm going to go try and follow Ryan through, but no, it's not going to work out. As Jack's passed us. And we've only lost 1 position. Actually, no, I think we've sort of stayed in the same position. I think we got past Ben, but Ryan overtook us. So I think it's a net 0 gain. But I could definitely tell this kart felt better than the last one. But it felt more slidey. It might have just been the track conditions was colder. Or I know it's a yellow flag, full course yellow actually. When there's a stationary yellow, that means oh, never mind. Maybe it's not stationary yellow. But someone there, his cart's broken down or something. but we don't get the greatest of the restarts. But you can definitely see those people in front of us definitely went a bit faster than us on that yellow flag. As I can already tell, this car seems a bit more slimy, but actually, it seems to be bad out of the corners as well, but maybe not as bad. As you can see, look, that was a massive bit of oversteer going around there. Go down the straight for another lap, and into the Billy's blind. Ryan's trying to go up the inside of Frederick in front of us. Frederick's actually improved a lot this season. Like last season he was decent, but look, you can see here they're all gapping me on the yellow flags. And I thought a few of them might have got speeding under yellow, but I guess not. Because I remember last year I was very close to getting a penalty for speeding under yellows in my race. So I definitely didn't want that to happen again. But as you can see, there's like that must be a 2-second gap now, when it was like a 1-second gap, but like less. So that yellow flag has definitely cost us a bit of time, and it's going to be hard to try and catch them back up. And oh, it's a yellow flag there as well now. This is very confusing. So I thought it might have been full course yellow, but I'm not really sure why, to be honest. And I think we're good to go again. But I wasn't really sure when I could go, because I think you can go after the incident, but I saw the cart was there, but then they were over there, so I wasn't really sure when to go. But again, that's cost us at least another second, and there's a yellow flag there as well. It's a full course yellow. And I'm not really sure why. Like, it's just someone broken down the car. And look, so there's a yellow flag there, but then look, it's back to green flag. It's just confusing as. But that yellow flag has definitely not favoured us very well. And that's some excellent flag waving by that marshal there. And hopefully we can catch back up, but it's going to be really difficult. Oh, as you can see, just testing out the limits of this kart, really. I'm going to have to go defensive from the guys behind me, because that was a big mistake from me, on my part. But we carry on. And yeah, I know it's a green flag now, but now everyone's showing green flags. And I just thought it was really confusing. Oh, that's a penalty for number 24, I think I saw. Going into Billy's blind. I definitely felt more confident in this car. I wasn't sure if that was just me being more confident, but you can see I'm really able to launch curbs in this car. This car felt a lot more similar to the car I had in Quali, but the only difference was it felt more slidey to me. As you can see, I'm sort of drifting it through there slightly. I think I am gaining a bit of time on Jack Redford and Ryan Ship in front, but look, I'm just sliding out in these corners, which I wasn't really before. And that's going to compromise us down this bit. We've got this corner there, we're pretty sure. Just trying to maximise our exit speed there on the exit. Going down the straight, another penalty for number 71. We're roughly halfway through this race, about I think 6 minutes and something left. Roughly halfway through the chicane, launching those curbs, and just using that sausage curb just to keep us pointing in the right direction. If you go all the way with that sausage curb, you've got no control. If your wheels are fully off the ground, you've just got no control at all. But we're doing pretty well to keep up with Jack Redfern, or like sort of keep that gap the same length, even though they've got slipstream in front of us. They're in a big slipstream train. But currently sitting P9 at the moment, so haven't lost anything at the moment, so happy. And oh my god, that's an unusual place to overtake, but I did not see that one coming. As I tried to go back out the inside of Ben Yengu, and he's passed. He's caught back up to us after his incident at the start there, where he got punted off wide. He's back in front of us. I just didn't see that coming at all. And look, they're all squabbling in front of us, so that's going to bring me and Ben in front. And I think this is going to help me. But you can see again, like people just gapping me out the corners quite a lot. I'm not sure if that's my driving or like, you can just see it here, like look. But I might get a tiny bit of slipstream down here, hopefully. Gain them back on the brakes. Through the first corner, once again. Definitely catching the group in front of us, but Ben's gapping us a bit. I think his car might be a little bit quicker than ours. You see, he's already caught up, but hopefully it's going to bring us towards this group. And yes, it is. We're going to follow green helmet guy once again. And now it's chaos. It's chaos. As I'm going to try and go up the inside of Ben, but it's not going to work. As now it's going to switch to the outside. And oh no, Ben's off. And Mikey's through. I don't even know what happened there, but I just went to the outside and I tried to get past, but oh well. Right, into Billy's blind once again. Ben's actually had a really unlucky race so far. He's been punted off at the start and now been punted off just then. Anyway, we carry on in this race, following Mikey, who seems to be on a charge, because he was in the B final, and then now he's made his way all the way up to the A final, all the way up here, and he's shaking his head, and maybe he's got a penalty for something, I don't know. I think he did actually, but I think he got it, like, what's the word, like re-investigated, and then he got it removed. Yeah, that's the word. And anyway, following Mikey, very decent driver. Had a bit of experience last year, did like a round or so last year in the juniors, but I definitely know he's a good driver from Brentwood. Very decent. So I'm going to follow him. Hopefully if he makes a move, then hopefully I can follow him through. But now you can definitely see that now I'm in the slipstream, I can really keep with these guys. I felt like my pace at Clay Pigeon was really good. It's just like I need to be more aggressive. And I think I was actually at, Rye House, which I'll be posting the video soon. The pre-final Rye House went okay. And Mikey's up the inside. That was a lovely move by Mikey there. And he's through. We're behind Jack, and he's going to be under pressure from us. So we need to find a way past him. Again, we get a much better drive out the corner there. But he's going to have the inside, trying to go for maybe a switchback, but he covers it off quite nicely. I saw a gap there, but it's not going to work for us. But you can see even there, like I was getting gapped slightly down the straight. Because he hit the bump there, and he's gone a bit wide, so that's going to compromise his exit. Now we've got slipstream, that's going to bring us up right back up to his bumper. There's only 2 minutes left of this race, it's just flown by. And now following Jack, again, very good driver from last season in the cadets. I think he came P4 in the championship, but I think he deserved better because he was really like quick. Like I remember at Walter Mill when it was like raining, I made tons of mistakes, and oh, we're up the inside of him. Me waffling has distracted myself from looking at actually what's happening. We're past him. That was a lovely overtake, and we're up into P10. I think we're in P10 at the moment. Because Mike got past us, so P10. Oh no, we actually might be in P9, you know. Because Ben... Oh, Mikey's up the inside of this guy. 2 green helmets battling it out. And we're going to follow them through. Must be only a few laps left of this race. So it's going to go very chaotic, I bet, at the last few laps. Again, look at the drive we get out of that corner. That's rapid out there. Thought about sticking around the outside. I thought about going for a switchback, and I do go for a switchback, and hopefully I can go for another switchback around here. Try to hold it around the outside, but it's not going to work. Gonna follow him through here. Gonna maximise our exit speed down there, and we're gonna go up the inside of him down here. He's trying to squeeze us onto the grass, but we say nah, and we're gonna take tons of that curb. But he's still on our inside. We're gonna try and go for a switchback, but it's not gonna work. He covers it off really nicely. It's all really heating up on these last few laps of this race. And he knows we're there, he knows we're going to try and get past him, so he's going to go a bit defensive there. Again, look at the drive we get off that corner. Our exit speed is definitely better than his. Maybe that's a kart issue, or maybe we're just like, maybe it's just a skill issue maybe. But anyway, I seem to be good around that hairpin, and I've tried to really maximise my exit speed out of these corners of Clay Pigeon. And you look at that slipstream, and it's the final lap of the race. And we're really close back up to him. Is there any chance we can get past him in this race? Maybe, maybe not. We never know. I mean, we'll know in like a few seconds. And what is that? What's happened to that guy? He's really slowed down. He's at the inside, and and he's just giving us no space, and it's going to be 3 wide into this corner. It's not going to end well. I'm going to try to stick it around the outside, and no, someone's at the inside. That's Jack Redfern at the inside, and I thought about holding it there, and there's content that everyone's pushing and shoving into the last few corners, and I'm going to follow Jack through, and I'm going to get his slipstream, and I'm going to try, and look at that slipstream. I'm going to try and go through the move, and that's the end of the race. And we finished P7 after all the penalties. So actually, pretty good racing at Clay Pigeon, I would say. Pretty good. And yeah. And Rye House next round was actually the weekend after this, so that content's going to come out very soon, live streamed. So hopefully some footage of me. But as of recording, Rye House actually has happened. It went pretty well. Actually, I won't say anything more because you're going to find out in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.